everyone, welcome to PAP Chat. During the month of June, we celebrate cancer survivors. And today we're honored to have Judy Kalb with us, who is one of the founding members of the Valencia Reserve chapter in Boynton Beach. Judy's going to share her cancer survivorship story and tell us about a wonderful new mentorship program that the PAP Corps is launching. Welcome, Judy.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, Judy, tell me a little bit about your cancer journey and how that came about for you.
Well, in 1998, I was living back in New York on Long Island. I've been followed, I guess, most of my married life, being a little bit cystic, small breast women, and I discovered a lump on my right breast. And so I went to a doctor on Long Island, a very, very well-known woman surgeon, who examined me and through biopsy determined that I did have a cancer. And at that point in 1998, she was able to do a lumpectomy, and at that point, no lymph node invasion. So I had the treatment at that time was just radiation, which was fine. And then again in 2000, on the left side, we found another lump. And at this particular time, there was a lymph node invasion, and the determination for me was either do I have another lumpectomy and continue worrying about breast cancer again, or do I decide to have a bilateral mastectomy, which I did.
Right, so now you're being in this cancer survivor role. When you moved down here, I know you heard about the PAP Corps and heard about the PAP Corps' mission, and you became involved pretty quickly.
Yes, when I moved down to Florida in 2003, I lived in a small community of about 228 people right here in Boynton Beach. And we had been connected with the Boynton Beach chapter of PAP. And I was a member with the other women that I was friendly with. And we went to a lot of the functions. It wasn't until 2011 when I moved to Valencia Reserve. It was a brand new community. We were a handful of women, didn't even have a clubhouse. We were meeting at the town center. GL gave us a double storefront where we gathered together, about 30 or 40 of us, and said, I think maybe we should form a PAP chapter. And then the ball started rolling. And as the PAP Corps officers came, and it was, just a group of us, and everybody said, well, what do you want to do? And people said, no, I'll do this, I'll do that. Nobody wanted to be president. And all of a sudden my hand was up and there I was, president. So in 2011, the chapter was born. I was the first president till I think 2014. It was almost 3 years until we really got going. So we did very well in the years that I was president. We formed the men's group. We decided that it was very important at the early stage to get the men involved, which we did. Yes. And we're very successful. We have now, I left, it was about 300 members. I think we have close to 700 members now.
Is remarkable. Yeah. My goodness. Wow. And when you think about, all of the funds that group, just your chapter alone, has raised to help support the next survivor, and how important it is to continue, because research, every new process, every new thing, you mentioned earlier that the process that you had for reconstruction was something that was an advancement.
That was true in 2000. I did not have implants. It was a new program where they took my stomach and whatever fat that I had in my stomach, and was able to push it up to form my own breasts, which was nice. And I had tattooing. So every time I go to the doctor, I go back to New York to my surgeon, and she keeps saying, oh my God, what a great job the plastic surgeon did. Because it was a 16-hour surgical procedure where my doctor, she did the first part and then the reconstruction. So it was 16. Today that procedure exists, but it's less than half the amount of time. It was an amazing procedure, and it worked for me. It worked for me.
Well, that's wonderful. And that's what we're talking about right now is the survivorship. And one thing, I think so many women, of course, There's always that fear of all different types of cancers, but
Mhm.
obviously breast cancer. And what I think that you're doing is so remarkable right now with the new mentorship program, that you will be mentoring other people who have been diagnosed with cancer and being there as a support system for them, for members of the PAP Corps who are getting treatment at Sylvester. Can you tell me a little bit about how you heard about this and why this is something that you wanted to do?
Well, I'll backtrack a little bit because after I had the 2000 bout, and there was invasiveness. It was stage 1. It was only 1 lymph node, but I had 14 lymph nodes taken out at that particular time. I don't think they do that anymore. They usually, I think, do just the sentinel node. That at that particular time, it was just not done. I had to go through chemo, extensive chemo, and it's a frightening time. And when you're doing it alone, it's even worse. I mean, I wasn't alone. Of course, I had my family, and my husband and my kids were very supportive. And I was teaching. I was an educator back on Long Island, and going through this treatment and working at the same time. Um, but no matter how much support you have, you are doing it really alone. You are facing the fact that one day you have hair, and the next day after your shower, you don't have a hair on your body. And so my feeling is anything I can do to help another person go through this and help them understand that they're not alone, that I've been through it or other people have been through it, and you can survive. And so that's where my heart is, just to help. And I have helped people by going and taking them for their treatments and their wigs and whatever. So when I heard last week, we had a PAP installation, Zoom, and I heard about the program from Sally. It really hit me that maybe it's time to do this through PAP.
Thank you, Judy, for sharing your story and for constantly stepping up to help support the next survivor. All of us truly appreciate it. And if you'd like some more information about the PAP Corps and this new mentorship program, whether you'd like to volunteer or whether you need support, please visit our website at thepapcorps.org.